Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get the updates. Obviously, I'm really excited for today's video. The beer is courtesy of Ross. Thank you so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, it's not only just another Goose Island, Bourbon County variant, but like more of the hard ones to get, so like it's super rad. So if you just want the review, fast forward. I'm going to try to like make sure I cover everything that's on the box and things like that for people who haven't had it but want to know more about it. But if you're not interested, yeah, fast forward. All right, so Old Forester is aged 11 years, and what they do is their birthday bourbon. So that's where the term birthday comes from for this. Let's see, I'll start on this side. Or should I? Yeah, I'll start on this side. To commemorate the birthday of its founder who released America's first bottled bourbon in 1870, Old Forester has released a limited edition, vintage dated expression for the past 19 years, birthday bourbon. Hand selected by the master distiller Chris Morris and master taster Jackie Zakan, sorry, I probably mispronounced that, from 11-year-old barrels from a single day of production. The 2019 birthday bourbon release is truly a one-of-a-kind expression. At 105 proof, the 2015 birthday bourbon has the highest proof to date for this release. Notes of rich oak spice and black currant coupled with hints of light maple, I'm all in on that, caramel cake and white floral create a unique flavor profile that will never be replicated. On this side, it just, 2019 Old Forester, same thing it was saying, develops up to 5 years. And then on the Goose Island side, brewed with respect for tradition, with a unique story to tell, these barrels and beers are meant to be shared. I will be drinking this alone. Each of our reserve Bourbon County brand stout vintages highlights the complexity of a specific type of barrel from a carefully selected distillery. For this year's release, our friends at Old Forester asked if we would like the opportunity to highlight barrels from one of their most sought-after releases, their birthday bourbon. We couldn't be more thrilled to present this expression of the Reserve series made with these rare barrels. The release of 2020 Birthday Bourbon County brand stout offers beer and bourbon lovers yet another chance to savor the union of some very special barrels and our signature stout. Can't wait for you to try this unique one-time release. I was just curious. So, it's 2019. So it must have been in the beer must have been in the barrels for a year-ish then, given the information presented. Okay, so the top's a little different than other ones I've been used to with the boxes, where like you could almost like reinsert it. And actually, now I think about it, yeah, like those come on the outside. Like, but yeah, duh. Of course it's different. It doesn't have this. Anyway. No Hype box reviews. I mean, that's a beautiful looking bottle. It's beautiful. Alright. The front, typical stuff. Stout aged in 2019 Old Forester birthday bourbon barrels. Yeah, nothing new there. Collaboration with our friends at Old Forester. Like I said, it says it can develop for up to 5 years. 14.6% ABV, and it was bottled on August 4th of 2020. Yeah. Now the exciting part. Well, close to the exciting part. Proper glass, courtesy of Mike from Nerd Sense. Okay, so I thought it wasn't going to have a lot of heads. I tried to pour a little bit more aggressively, but definitely the head came through. I mean, it's exactly mocha. It's tiny bubbles, not quite nitro, but I mean, they're tiny. Very black beer, a little bit of brown around the edges. But I mean, it definitely looks like a big stout. It looks like Bourbon County. I didn't think the barrel difference would make it look any different. It's more going to be the aroma and the taste that I'm thinking might be different. Let's get to that aroma. I definitely get the barrel. You get the nice roastiness of the stout. You get the sweetness, things like that. A lot of caramel, a lot of vanilla, more caramel than vanilla. You get some of the wood specifically for sure. It does. It smells fantastic. I should probably point that out. A little bit of dried fruits, but I mean, it really like the star of the show, if you will, is that caramel note. And they mentioned, but that was in the okay, it might make sense because they said, was it caramel cake for the actual bourbon? So I guess it lends itself, and I've gotten caramel out of regular Bourbon County, but I guess it makes sense given the barrel and what they're saying, maybe a little bit more caramel. Long way of saying I get a lot of caramel, and I'm not mad at that. You get that nice two-tone chocolate, some milk chocolate, but also some dark chocolate, so that's kind of cool. Not quite fudgy or brownie, but definitely hard chocolate bar. Yeah, I mean, it smells fantastic. All right, cheers. Thanks again, Ross. There is an up of that caramel, and that chocolate is decadent. I just got some. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the brand, but Taza. They do chocolate, and I just got some 60, 65, whatever, something in the 60 percentile cacao, and it that chocolate intensity is what it get finish aftertaste a little bit still as I'm talking, and it's been a while since I've had a sip. It's almost eerie how spot on that is. Those tastes are like how similar those two tastes are. There, there's almost a creaminess. So like that's working well. So it would have nothing to do with the barrel aging though. And you are getting some of that dark fruit, the more the dried fruit, raisins, figs. Get a little date in there. Man, and then, yeah, that spirit itself, it's not hot. It's coming across beautifully. And for me, it's just that caramel that it mixes with this chocolate from the stout. It's somewhat Rolo-y, but then there's a nice coffee roasty note from the stout. And then you're getting some of that vanilla, which again kind of messes with you in terms of is it dark chocolate or is it sweet, chocolatey and vanilla enough that's kind of milk chocolate. Not with the aroma, I was thinking there might be a little bit more of the specific oak, but I'm not getting too much of that. Excuse me, it's more of everything. Well, I guess not coconut either. But of those two things, it's everything I can think of bourbon barrel could impart, or like typically does, or it's like, the checklist of 10 things it can impart typically, and, hits 8 of them or whatever. So those are only two things that I'm not quite getting. I typically think of with a barrel. But yeah, I mean, I'll say one more time, that caramel is the star of the show for me. Yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. So I was able to have the wild turkey variant. The regular is a blend of three things, and wild turkey is one of them. And I quite liked it, but the blend was better. But it was cool kind of seeing like what that one barrel did to the base beer, and then yeah, it was really nice. I like the blend better. I'm not having the same experience with this. I don't wish this had been blended in with the rest. This is standing up on its own in a way and it's something as wild turkey. I don't know enough about bourbons to like weigh in on that stuff. So like, this is not a slight at wild turkey, but like how delicious the blend is. The fact that this doesn't need the blending is really impressive because yeah, this stands up on its own. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fantastic. And it's got enough different than the regular, but the similarities that I want. I mean, it's a worthy. I guess see which one people are thinking is better, the birthday or the anniversary. I just picked this one because it was closer to me. But yeah, this is really Fantastic. Thanks again, Ross. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. As always, check me out on Instagram and on Tapped. There's no hype beer reviews about those places. So always, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, drop your coaster. Cheers.